Kratos, the titular god of war, is an iconic character to say the least. Our bald-headed, ash-skinned, boy-saying demigod Papa is someone who I've always wanted to base a character off in D&D, and today I'm going to show you how you can do just that. Kratos is a Spartan god, notorious for his incredible feats of strength, prowess in combat, and hulking size. His tragic backstory, having burnt his wife and daughter to death in the temple of Athena, means that he is marked with the ashes of his family, giving him his pale complexion. Due to their inherent strength, resilience, and hulking stature, as well as their stone-white skin, it makes sense to me that a Kratos-inspired character would be a Goliath, giving us resistance to cold damage and high altitudes. Perfect for climbing Mount Olympus and jumping headfirst from incredible heights while listening to Dream On by Aerosmith. Stone Endurance gives us an ability to shrug off damage. We'll take Common and Celestial as our languages. How else would Kratos have communed with Ares while in his service? For our ASIs, we'll take a +2 to our strength and a +1 to our constitution. A cornerstone of Kratos' personality and combat style is in his undying rage and fury, using a variety of weapons in a really brutal manner, and failing that, taking up fisticuffs with his opponents in Spartan rage. I think it makes sense then that for our class we'll go with Cleric. Now of course Kratos would evidently be a Barbarian, and looking at the subclasses, I think we'll have to go with Path of the Zealot, not only because there's a trophy named after it in God of War, but because the ability to ignore even death through pure anger is very Kratos. We get our unarmoured defence, rage of course, reckless attacks, feral instinct, our knowledge of fights mean that we don't get surprised and get to throw fists first. Brutal crits to make our enemies into steaming piles of meat. Relentless and persistent rage so we can fight in spite of any grievous wounds. Our indomitable might lets us pull off those incredible feats of strength that Kratos is renowned for, lifting cars off of trapped kittens, pulling trains, and the similar. And Primal Champion will turn us into the true God of War. Then, Path of the Zealot. This is where we get that true Kratos, commander of Ares' armies, feeling. Divine Fury means we deal additional necrotical radiant damage, key to putting down all those Draugr. We also become a warrior of the gods. We can be brought back to life far more easily, having been marked as a servant for endless battle.
Oh no. I say when we're done.
Fanatical Focus means we can re-roll our failed saving throws. Our Zealous Presence allows us to issue that iconic Spartan Rage war cry, empowering our allies to cut down foes. And finally, the pièce de résistance, Rage Beyond Death. Even when you have 0 health, you continue fighting until you complete your death saves. Kratos can do this all day. As Kratos was a soldier for Ares in his past, the soldier background fits neatly here. It also gives us athletics and intimidation proficiency. Pretty Kratosy to say the least. We can also go into his background a little bit here. A soldier for a god hell-bent on bringing war to the land. A betrayal leading to the unintentional murder of his wife and child. And a new, burning and unending rage and lust for vengeance that sets Kratos on his adventure. And hopefully, with time, age, wisdom and many arcs, a true redemption among his new family. Using point buy will give Kratos 17 strength, 2 from our species, 10 dexterity, 16 constitution including 1 from our species, 10 intelligence, 12 wisdom and 12 charisma for that intimidating presence. We'll take proficiencies in athletics, intimidation, nature, survival and perception from our species, class and background. We have our unarmoured defence, so we won't need to take any armour. We'll get some dual battle axes to be our blades of chaos, and a great axe for our Leviathan axe. For our 3 attuned items, we'll take the gauntlets of ogre power to boost our strength up to 19, further increasing our capacity for those amazing feats of strength. I desperately wanted the belt of giant strength for the strength score, but Kratos has this beautiful manly beard and Goliaths aren't exactly notorious for their strong facial hair, so I had to forego it in favour of a belt of dwarven kind that will give us that thick beard in a couple of weeks. And we get bonuses to our con score, advantage on persuasion with dwarves, really helpful with Brock and Sindri, resistance to poison, dark vision, and we actually learned Dwarvish, so that'll allow us to delve into those dwarven ruins and uncover some puzzles of what once was there. We'll also beg our DM to let us flavour a Vorpal sword into a Leviathan axe, so we get a +3 to our attack and damage rolls, and if we can land a natural 20, we can add some friends for Mimir, after taking off their heads with one swift blow. But all of this means nothing if our Kratos doesn't have the personality to match. Kratos is intimidating, with a notable set of traits and ideals that give him a really unique presence in game and on the TTRPG table. For personality traits, he's no nonsense. He says what he means and he means what he says, bearing the brunt of personal duty. He's a man of very few words, cutting to the point like the edge of his axes. His ideals lie in strength and duty, though in the more recent games he's gaining a growing sense of responsibility and justice. He's fiercely bonded to his family and is protective of his son in particular, going to great lengths to see their wishes fulfilled. There ain't no mountain high enough. Although his flaws lie in that incredible rage and violence that gives him his power, and his propensity towards revenge that gets him into all sorts of sticky situations. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and comment below what character you'd like to see a Dungeons & Dragons build for next. Don't forget to subscribe for more D&D content.